Good afternoon, everybody. This is Em from Study Sharpe, talking to you today in Deaf Awareness Week, again in my series of Did You Knows on deaf awareness. So today I'm going to talk about our endemic and the light at the end of the tunnel for the pandemic. And obviously we're all waiting to see what the government say on the 17th of May about gradually easing the restrictions. But I wanted to focus today on you hospitality business owners out there, all those cafes, restaurants, hotels, B&Bs, Airbnb owners, hosts, all those people out there that are reopening, starting to reopen, getting ready to reopen, refurbishing and ready to open their doors again to their customers. Did you know that lots of deaf people who lip read, who may sign, are reluctant or do feel a bit reluctant about getting back out there for all the reasons about it being difficult to communicate if you're lip reading with staff at different establishments, wearing face masks, but also just generally getting out there and mixing and getting back to normal. But did you know that a lot of deaf people do feel quite apprehensive about going to book restaurant meals, going to busy cafes, and booking in hotels because of the lack of deaf awareness that they find if they do visit those establishments? So let's think about changing that. So some hints and tips for you as business owners in the hospitality industry. So you're opening your doors to all customers, and some of those customers will be people with hearing loss, deaf people with hearing loss, deaf people who lip read, deaf people who use sign language as their first language. So how do we best accommodate them and make ourselves deaf-friendly hospitality businesses? Well, the first thing is to think about your lighting in your establishment, in your premises. And if deaf people are coming in to obviously experience your service, then they may be looking at your lighting and thinking about the best place to sit once we can get back indoors, in the restaurant place, wherever it is, and thinking about where they can best see to lip read each other. So try and seat them at a table where there's good natural light or there's really good electric lighting for them to see each other's faces and lips. The other thing with lip reading is that noise distraction can really distract from being able to lip read effectively. So it may be that you'll be asked to turn down any music that you're playing in the background, or even to turn it off to aid them in lip reading each other. So please don't be offended by this. Please just try and accommodate and think about those people that are trying to lip read and making it a more pleasurable experience for them to do so. The other thing to think about is thinking about, seating them at a quiet table where there's less noise, perhaps away from the bar area or the kitchen, the busy kitchen area, so that there's a quieter space for them to be able to concentrate properly in their conversations. The other thing is, if there's sign language users coming to access your services, then they will want to sit at a round table rather than straight tables, because round tables mean that everybody can sit round and everybody can see each other and have that signed conversation with ease. So think about perhaps accommodating that and giving them the first dibs or first choice of a round table, which can be difficult in a busy service, but those deaf people with sign language as their first language, that should be your priority, to make sure that they are accommodated in their seating arrangements like that. When you're dealing with deaf lip readers and deaf customers with hearing loss, if they declare that they can't hear you, then move to an area when you're speaking to them where your face is well lit and where you can be seen properly. Don't be offended or be annoyed if they ask you to repeat anything. Be patient with them. And if you do need to repeat what you're saying, try and think about rephrasing it. Try not to use lots of, jargon or, complicated terminology, because that doesn't always help. It makes it more difficult to lip read some words like that. And then the last thing I would suggest is that if you do have happy deaf customers, deaf lip readers, then encourage them to go on your social media and to give you good reviews about their experience as a deaf person at your establishment. And by that, I mean sites like TripAdvisor, where they can give a positive review and experience as a deaf person coming to your cafe, restaurant, hotel, B&B, etc. Because good news really does travel fast and is a great way to really promote your own business and make it deaf friendly. So they're my hints and tips for today. So thank you very much, and I'll see you soon.